Alright, guys. Alright. Earlier I showed you how hopping, leaning, teeter, back. Oh, I'm sorry. They showed hopping on one foot. Hopping foot to foot. Alright. You've got what I call leaning on a foot. You've got what I call, gosh, what's a good word for it? I had a good word for it a while ago. Anyway, those are the natural ranges of motion. Sagittal plane, we walk forward. So if I don't put the golf club, I put it in line with the ball, I can go forward and hit it. Good. That's a good sagittal plane motion. For me, I just stack everything tall in this corner. You got the golf ball just inside my scapula. Let my scapula compress. Because what happens is I got an arm out on this side, scapula back here, collarbone in the middle. I'll just let it compress. Alright? The bone's still just. So that rotates me. In the, again, coronal plane I call it because I'm doing everything ears down. If I was going to worry about just the body plane, I do this, stomach tall. Now I'm just worried about this body plane turning. Not worried about my ears, so compress. Head's rolling like you see in my golf swings. So I'm more about up here because when you get into shots other than full shots, I want to make sure I'm focused, make sure I'm where I need to be. The ball goes where I want, so it's this. When I focus on my head, I create this more. My ears for stability. When I just give it to a body motion, then I get up over it, make the grooves somewhere perpendicular to my body. I pushed it, so the other one right at it. So getting just a body motion, you hit it solid, but you'll push it or pull it. When I get in tune with my upper plane, my coronal eye is right on this line. That motion. About that far from the hole. So this would be a pump or a forward pump, backward pump. You've got guys that pump and lean, would be this. But all that's trying to create spinal angles. The lean spine angle I have is up here, or up or forward. I want the one in my back upright. So therefore, when I let my scapula slide, press me, I'm in balance with my body, but also have a great visual. My hand knows how to send the ball to the target because my eye. that's where they're going. So we have lots of options. I can do the same thing on this one. I can get over here. Now I'm leaning my right scapula against this leg. And I kind of do this in cups. So I use my hip girdle to support my shoulder girdle, and my shoulder girdle just has to squunch up and fire. Okay? Now, you can get muscle, so when I squeeze both, and I have kind of a rounded shape in my back, and my hands, now, when I squeeze both, my left one's shearing that way as well, but it's because I got a rigid circle looped around my head through this. Now I'm using both my scapulas to create force, but you better be rigid or squeeze. When I say rigid, you better be squeezing the hell out of it, because now you've engaged it all up here for, basically I'm looping around my chin, face, and head, shafts around my neck, ball goes where I want it. So for harder shots, rigid left, right and left arm, right arm, this right arm, both palms when they go like that, push on both scapulas, right hand slaps it out. So I am both leaning on this one or leaning on that one, or I'm hopping or jumping, just little jumps on this leg, little pushes like this. Alright? Because that's me in balance doing something. All these drills are is for balance. How to create up and down pressure, and turn while you're doing it, that kind of stuff. That's balance. So if I'm in balance and I know I'm just going to turn around this one, (6 feet). So I don't do this. All right? I'm just creating a loop around my neck with these. This leg is bouncing, standing this scapula up. This one's standing up as well. And there we go. So the power is always coming from the right one. The start of the motion's coming from the fingertips, and the fingertips move. They move the palm. All this gets going. Now my brain's learning it. Now, hitting it harder would be this. It's just getting a faster reaction time behind me. Getting balanced. This hip is helping this. So I'm gonna stand around this thing, and you'll see when I finish, all the meat's gonna be. So everything you see getting moved, shaken, thrown around, if you want to call it, is coming from up here behind me with the shoulder, the 3 bones of the shoulder. and that's pretty quite simply, that's it. I don't try to wrap them up. I just use the 3 bones of the shoulder in a golf ball. Now that time this one went like that, so it's throw my arm this way, my back scapula, they kind of pass each other. They go, now I point at you. So here, they've passed each other. One's going that way, one's going this way. So I counterbalance my upper half. Counterbalancing on the way through. I've already, because when we swing this way, we want to go over naturally. If I pinch, I still shift here. So I went ahead, I get the weight down here in this girdle where it needs to go. So my upper one, because things are going on behind me and in front of me. The circles happen in your vision. The linear happens, feel through your ears. That's how you feel it. That's how you relate everything. But I'm also engaging a lot of my anatomical trains, my arm anatomical trains, my spiral, and then my rib cage. And what that's doing is keeping my rib cage kind of facing forward and leaning. And my rib cage really hadn't moved all that much. Now I just set my groin. I even get more nail it. I'm always focused on the back edge here. So when I stand it up, I stand the back edge up behind the bone. This edge, because I know this edge has got to curl that way to square up. Square for that edge is right there, which looks hooded. But when I square it up, golf ball goes right at the hole. You would think it would draw, but it don't. Stand it up, square it up, right at the hole. This back edge, which is connected to here. So I hit the golf ball closer to the heel side of this back edge. It's really, really wet today. I'll keep it real low and tight. So the lower my arm hangs, the lower my elbow stays, the more my right scapula goes level and across this back heel. The more I seat this counter motion, the better I can hit it harder. So I'm using the, you got superficial front, superficial back, sides. I'm using these. This is the side of our body. Turns this. that when I say turns us, we only got to face that. I'm not using any of this rotation to hit the golf ball. None of it. I'm staying in balance. If I rotate, I don't balance, and then I go to the wrong leg. And then I got no power. So technically I'm out of balance. And I bring myself into real balance. So I'm a little bit out of balance. I get into balance and I nail it. So I'm letting things really move all over to show you, but if I tighten them up, don't have a lot of movement, you know. It offers more resistance for me, as I realize a little bit of motion is as good as a lot. But for purposes of, I mean, you can hit great with having what appears like a lot of motion, but none of it's rotation. It's stretching bands this way, stretching bands in my back this, you know, look at it that way. Stretching rubber bands and stretching rubber bands. So I'm stretching my tense rubber bands. And because it's real wet today, my foot's pushing in the ground, I just go with it. I mean, I don't try to hit against the foot, try to hit against the pressure. Or use the pressure. Show some from behind so you can see. So, from this angle, I try to think of when I get here, this shoulder, this arm, biceps there. I go bicep. So I set up to that 45 kind of relationship. I lean and feel that. I'll go straight. Now I'd have to get here for it to go to the flag, get that same relationship. All cutting back in the flag. So for learning my motion, because this 45 faces that, this 45 faces away from that in our armpits. 45 here, 45 there. So this 45 faces right there. This one. When I'm finished, my arms here. Is right there, this armpit. So I no longer set up to lines here. I set up to 45 line here, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45 off the back of the ball. But I also know that the armpit's got to face it. And as you can figure out 45s and realize that we have tons of them. 45 here, not only down and up, in the level, this thing shoots out. So my arms mimic that. Even if I do that, I'm still mimicking my prop. So get wide and mimic them. So those show you and are going to tell you about how we move. You know, it told you sagittal plane is for walking. We're good at going forwards, we suck at going backwards. So sagittally, if you're going to hit something sagittal plane, then you put the club not behind the ball, right in line with it, go backwards, walk forwards. All right? You can do it. Yes, you can. So I put it back behind the ball. That would be the distance. That way when I'm going to walk off at a 45. But again, you ain't going to do it that often. So, but I don't rotate I don't do any rotation. I just I know I'm fixing to get shot a little bit back and a lot forward. And this right arm's going to bring me to the 45. So I'll set up the ball, set up diagonal from it. Now you can understand, and what that does is you realize it's a cut shot. So basically all Hogan did, he may have played with a bunch of rotation, but he didn't need to. He just